In this video, we are going to talk about the concept of dividing polynomials, specifically by the long division method. So here we have taken a question that says 4x squared minus 5x minus 21 divided by x minus 3. So always remember the polynomial that is after the division sign will actually come over here in your division symbol that you'll draw. And the longer polynomial or the first polynomial is usually the longer one in division. So that comes at the beginning inside the division symbol. So now basically how we start, students, is we have this first letter x. What should I multiply this x by to get 4x squared? So that means I'm thinking here, what should I multiply this x by to get a 4x squared? So I hope you agree with me that if I multiply this x by 4x, I will get 4x squared, right? So that thing that I multiplied it by, that is something that I'm going to use because I'm trying to get a 4x squared. So I have 4x here. I multiplied that by x to get 4x squared. Now, whatever I multiply, whatever value I have here, I need to multiply that value by this negative 3 also. So it will get multiplied by the negative 3 as well. Alright, so negative 3 times 4 will be negative 12. And then there's only one x, so I'll just put an x here. Now remember, in division we always change the signs. Let us say I have 8 and I'm dividing it by 2. 2 times 4 is 8 and we do the minus. It's actually a positive 8, but we do a minus sign and we put 0 here. So remember, we change the sign to its opposite. Hence, the original sign is positive. We will change the new sign. So this is negative here. I will change it to positive and then I will solve it. Now 4x squared minus 4x squared, there's nothing here. Now 12x minus 5x will be 7x. At this time, I'll bring this 21 down. That is negative 21. Now I have the same question, that what will I multiply this x by to get 7x? So it's that question, what should I multiply this x by to get 7x? So basically that will be 7. So I multiply x by 7 to get 7x. So I will have positive 7 and I get 7x. Now I have 7 here. I multiply this 7 by negative 3 to get negative 21 because 7 times 3 I multiply that number by this also and by this also. So now remember, in division we change signs. So let's change the signs. It was a positive 7x. I'll make it a negative 7x. This is negative 21. I will change it to positive 21. So remember to change the signs. This is subtracted. It is gone. And then 21 minus 21 is also gone. So our remainder here is 0. So this term is called remainder. Whatever is remaining in the end is called remainder. This is the quotient. And this is the divisor. The inside piece is called dividend. So these are just the fancy names for them. All right, so on the next page, on the next slide, we are going to do another question. And that will be the same thing about dividing polynomials. So let us write another question. And the divisor is x minus 5. And inside you have x cubed minus 10x squared plus 20x plus 26. So here, remember the same method. What should I multiply this x by to get an x cube? So we can put it right here also. So I'm trying to get an x cube. So I'll multiply this by x squared to get an x cube, right? So I'll have x squared. Now remember, whatever I multiply this by, I have to multiply this by also. So negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. Remember, changing signs now. So let us change the sign. This was originally positive. I'll change it to negative. This was a negative. I'll change it to positive, the new signs. So now, because of the new signs, x cube minus x cube is 0. So that is gone. Now negative 10x squared and 5x squared will be negative 5x squared. This is the time to have the 20x come down, positive 20x. Now the same thing I have to think, what should I multiply this x by to get a negative 5x squared? What should I multiply the x by to get a negative 5x squared? So I think if I multiply this x by a negative 5x, I will get negative 5x squared, right? So that term is negative 5x. So I'll put the negative 5x here. So negative 5x times x is negative 5x squared. And then negative 5x, whatever I multiply this by, I have to multiply by the second number also. So negative 5x times negative 5 is positive 25x. Because 5 times 5 is 25 and the x comes along. Now remember, we change the sign. The original sign is negative. I change it to positive. This sign was positive. I change it to negative. Gone, 0. Now positive 20, negative 25. We always subtract when signs are different. We keep the sign of the bigger number. So it will be negative 5x. This is the time for 26 to come along at the bottom, plus 26. Now again the same thing, what should I multiply this x by to actually get a negative 5x? What should I multiply x by to get negative 5x? So that is pretty simple. I'll multiply this by negative 5 to get a negative 5x. So that term is negative 5. So I have negative 5 here. Negative 5 times x, negative 5x. And negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Now remember, we have to change signs. So it's a positive here because it was originally negative. This is positive, so I'll do minus, the opposite. I'll use the new signs to solve. This is 0, it's gone. So see, basically our main goal was to keep getting rid of the terms that are in this corner, and making the question smaller so we can solve it. 26 minus 25 is positive 1. Hence, we can say that this is our remainder for this question. This is the quotient. This is the dividend. And this is the divisor. Whatever we are dividing by is called the divisor. This full thing is divisor. So highlight your answers for quotient, remainder, and divisor and the terms, and then the work. Now on the next page, I'm going to actually give you a question which you are going to solve on your own. And the question is x cubed minus 13x squared plus 40x plus 18 divided by x minus 7. So remember, you are going to actually set up your question like this. Your second polynomial, that is after the division symbol, comes as over here in this section. And the first polynomial will go inside the division sign. So use the same method.